Y ahorita cada uno, ¿tú sabes qué?
No la amarré mucho porque entonces ahí sí que me
Alguna gente le pudimos dar hasta 2 porque hay 43 y yo no.
aquí van a llegar más de...
Si no tenemos 43 personas, se le da 2.
Yo cojo 2 por mi nieta y por mi hija.
Welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We're here on the 6th year anniversary of my uncle who was murdered by NYPD officer James Connolly 6 years ago today. And I'd like to thank everybody out here for coming, family members, organizers, freedom fighters, comrades. You know, it's been a rough road. 6 years, and we still haven't had the answers we're looking for, and we haven't had the justice either. And we're here with other families who also lost their loved ones to police brutality. And we have the wife of John Collado Amarilis, we have his sister, and also a nephew. And it's been a rough road throughout these 6 years. Not only did my uncle get murdered, but they also tried to assassinate his character by saying lies about him. You know, that he was choking this cop, which was a complete lie. My uncle was just trying to break up a fight between 2 individuals, and one of them that was causing all the problems was a police officer by the name of James Connolly. And if anybody really want to see justice, we can't look for justice through this system. We gotta organize, and it's like I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said it. Justice is gonna come through the people. When the people that haven't been affected by this state-sponsored murder committed by police, when they fed up just like we're fed up, that's when we're really gonna see justice. And I would like to call all the family members out here to speak up, and I would like to also call his sister, John Collado's sister, to say a couple of words, because it's been rough throughout these years. Not only did they kill my uncle, but ever since I became a voice and try to seek justice for him and speak out the truth what really happened to him instead of hearing it through the mainstream media, I became a target also. Police have arrested me for my teardrop, for a tattoo, confusing me with somebody else. I have gotten numerous summonses. I have gotten threats by them and everything. But you know what? That can't stop any of us. That can't stop us from fighting for justice and seeking the truth out there. So before anything, we also gonna have a balloon release for my uncle. We have 43 balloons out there because when my uncle was innocently killed by these police officers, he was only 43 years old. And he was a grandfather. He was a father of 5. His youngest son was only 2.5 years old. So, you know what? Let's hear it from some of the other families, but this is just the beginning right now. And like I said, we got to continue to fight, and we can't let this system win. We seen what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia also. We gotta end this white supremacist, and white supremacist, it goes along with police brutality. They both connected. People getting incarcerated and everything, mass incarceration is all connected. So Let's please hear it from other family members right now.
I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming. It feels like it was yesterday that it happened, only for helping.
As you can see, it's been 6 years and it's still hard on all of us. He was a real good person, you know. He loved to help out other people. Even if it wasn't your family, it could be a stranger. He loved to help others, and that's what he was about. He was about helping others, and that's why he lost his life 6 years ago today. We must continue to be a voice for our loved ones, always.
Like I just said, it happened for helping someone. My brother didn't have to live in this neighborhood. We all come from good neighborhood, only because my mother doesn't want to move. That's not fair at all. We love to help. And here's my son, and he goes to therapy every single week. I'm trying to teach him not to help so much the way we do. It's in the blood, but it's not fair what happened to him. It's not. Who's gonna be next? We all know that it's not over with us yet. Something is going to happen to him. And I don't wish anything bad for him. The only thing, I want him to wake up every morning and think about what he did. Every single morning. Think about it. John was our baby brother. We loved him. We get along so well. We are a big family. We still stay together. We help each other. But it's still very, very, very hard. My mother still lives right there in this building. We don't want to take her out. She will die if we do. But it is hard coming this way. Every time we come and see his picture right there. It's horrible, horrible. My daughter cannot come this way. She's an attorney. She works helping people. Helping people. It's horrible. She's right there, 167 in Grand Coco, just helping people when they're going to take them out of their apartment. And you think it was fair what happened to him? Just for helping somebody? I don't think it was. But it's too late, he's gone, and nobody's gonna bring him back. John, we love you.
It's like I was saying, we gotta continue to fight, and we gotta continue to organize. We can't give up. I know it's a long, hard fight, but we can't give up. You know what? There's only two sides. It's the right side and the wrong side. And you know what? Everybody that's out here with us, listening, fighting with us, you're on the right side. John should have been here with us today. He should be alive today with us. Just like so many other family members who lost their sons, their nieces, their brothers, fathers, uncles. They should have been alive here today with all of us. And you know, it's so hard when you gotta hear his youngest son that was only about 2.5 years old waking up with nightmares and crying when his father's coming home. It's hard to hear these words. It's so hard, you know, for any family to suffer and not get justice. But then they want to blame the victim. I would like some other family members to come up and speak about their stories. Brother Nick, Juanita. These family members out here, some of them been fighting for more than 10 years. And they still going at it. They still fighting for justice, and they fighting for the memory of their loved ones. So let's hear it for Juanita Young, who lost her son Malcolm Ferguson.
Good evening, everybody. First, we got to thank Joshua, because Joshua, how many people you see out here do what Joshua do for his uncle? I mean, he goes above and beyond. You would think that was his father, but obviously he meant a lot to Joshua. And Joshua, I wanted to tell you, we took him to Cuba with us. I said to him, Joshua, you want to go to Cuba with us? He said, yeah, sure. What did Joshua do in Cuba? I won't tell you. But we had a good time. That's what we said. But that's what we did. We, Joshua? Anyway, I came out here today because we got to support all of the family members. When my son Malcolm was killed in 2000, it was really, 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 really hard. And meeting so many people and helping and supporting so many families to see the same thing happening day after day. Has it nothing changed in the 17 years that I have been out here with these police? Everybody's like, why do you keep going out there, risking your life? I said, I'd be less than a mother not to clear my son's name and help another mother or family member to tell what really happened. The cops come out here and they want to put fear into the families. That's why they attacked Joshua. They attacked me. They attacked Margarita Rosario. They attacked Nicholas Haywood. They don't care. Because you know why? They got a respect for human life. The fact that they see Joshua out here trying to get justice for his uncle. What do? On the regular, you hear Joshua done got beat up. What? I said, Joshua, what happened? He said, oh, they just took my phone. I said, those had to be cops. Because if somebody was going to rob you, they would have took your money and everything else you had. All they wanted was his phone. And to see the same thing happen day after day after day. What is it going to take for this system to really change? What is it going to take? We got a group called the National Family Stolen Life Tour, in which we go out state to state supporting other family members. Because there's so many cases out there that people never even heard about. And they still fighting the same battle that we fighting. We said, what would it take? We're going to build a movement of families of stolen lives to see what is needed to be done here, because too many of us don't like what's happening. And we do got the support of everybody that's standing here, I know, because you wouldn't be here. But I just want to say to Joshua, I am so proud of you.
Thank you, Juanita. Next, we're gonna hear from a little bit from our brother Nicholas Haywood, who's been fighting for 23 plus years, and his son was only 13 years old when he was murdered by police. Let's hear it from Nicholas Haywood.
Good evening, everyone. First off, I want to just pay my respects, as I always do, to the families. I feel your pain. I feel your pain dearly. My son was murdered by the hands of the police, the same police that shot and murdered John Collado. They are all the same. All these police are all the same. There is no difference between them. And we have police, or should I say, we have people today joining the police force because they know that they can do things and get away with it, such as committing crimes. Another thing we need to understand is that John Collado was murdered. Nicholas Haywood Jr. was murdered, despite the fact of how they constantly justify these murders, because it was an officer who they claiming is serving and protecting us, which is a complete lie. NYPD is not serving and protecting this community. If they were, the officer who shot and killed John Collado would be in prison today. The cops that shot my son would be in prison today. But yet, the officer that murdered my son, he retired and he's collecting his pension. I continue to rally and fight. I know I'm not going to receive any justice under this system. I know that now. In the beginning, when it first happened, I did believe at that time that this officer was going to go to prison for murdering my son. I thought back in 1994 that this officer was going to go to prison for murdering my son. But yet what they did, they justified and covered up the case. And over the years, I have witnessed them covering up every single case. Every single case is being covered up. They claim that they are investigating these cases. They are not investigating the cases. They are finding ways to justify these murders and allowing these officers to get away with killing our loved ones. And that is what's happening, and this is what people need to recognize and understand. Now, as far as getting any justice, we are not going to receive it. But I still continue to come out because it must be exposed how this system operates. The people must understand, they must understand and realize that this system, this police force, is not here to protect us or give us any sort of service. And if you really just take a look at all of these cases, you can see it for yourself. Hundreds of thousands of cases nationwide, and yet not a single case have you seen any justice. Not a single case. So I will continue to come out and support the family of John Collado and all of the families. All of the families I support, and I will continue to support, and I will continue to fight, and I will continue to expose the lies and the corruption of this system. Thank you, people.
Just like my brother Nicholas said, that's what we got to do. We got to continue to expose and educate other folks about what police are really here for. They're not here to serve and protect us. They're here to serve and protect a system that rules over us. So we must continue to expose them for what they are. Can I have the next family member up? I know there's plenty of family members out here that lost their loved ones, and I would like your stories to be told also, because your family member matter just as well.
I'm going to make this brief. My accessoride cab came, but I want to thank Joshua for keeping the spirit of John Collado alive. He's traveled all over this country. He has been beaten by police. He's been harassed by police, and we need to support this young brother. We've got to support him, because he is out there not just for John Collado. He's out there for my son, Justin Smith, who was murdered in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1998. He's out there for Nicholas Hayward Jr. He's out there for Muhammad Ba. He's out there for every family. He supports all of us. And I call him General Lopez. He is General Lopez, because he's on the front lines in this battle.
Thank you, Andre.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hawa Ba. I'm the mother of Mohammed Ba. I'm here today to support John Collado family for Joshua Lopez. This young man, Joshua Lopez, if everyone look like Joshua Lopez, I think that lady will get justice. He's not doing pick and choose. He's fight from the rain to the sun, from the cold to the hot. I admire him. If we're able to support him, everyone he should support him. I can look at him and ask how he wondering to do everything what he doing. As I know, like myself, since 2012, the mother of my son Mohammed Ba, on September 25th, 2012. Mohammed Ba was a college student in his own home. Mohammed Ba got insulted from unknowing people. When he know the love he got from the family and her mom, when he respect everything, he don't remember such things, but he remember about me. He called me, I can see my son limping, losing weight, half beat, I can't believe it. I never panic. I listened to him. I asked and advised how to take him to the hospital. They advised me to call ambulance. I didn't call that same days. The next days, I called an ambulance. When I called the ambulance, before ambulance people come, that the police arrive. I look at them and tell them, I don't call police, go away. They tell me, oh, mom, don't worry. This is the system. When you call an ambulance, we will arrive first. When we arrive, we will call the ambulance. Innocent I am. I go with them. They open the call, they knock on my son's door. He look at them and say, police, I don't call you, go away. He have pushed the door. Mohammed locked the door. Locking that door, he didn't enter as he want. He believed he have a slave. That caused her death. He just back up, pay his phone, and call for backup. Tell me, okay, this is the ambulance. People go outside. The ambulance people are arriving. When I started going outside, I saw people coming with shields and hammer and gun. I said, what happened? My son didn't do nothing wrong. I don't call police. I call an ambulance. I just want to take him to the hospital. They say, mom, don't worry. He will be okay. Just let's go outside. Arriving outside, he looked at me deep in my eye and said, who you know here? I said, what you mean who I know here? I don't understand what you mean. I said, my son's sick. I want to take him to the best hospital in America. I will pay. Oh, mom, don't worry. We'll take care. When those people continue to run and come to the house, I said, please, I want to talk to my son. He didn't do nothing wrong. I just want to take him to the hospital. If for opening door, he will open the door if he see me. They refuse. They just running back and forth and say Mohammed Ba don't want to open the door. I sent 2 people. They talk to them, they refuse. The old lady who live for my son in the apartment can say, this young man, he don't have no one here. He's a good man. He just sick these few days. He help everyone in the building here what need to be. Please let him mom talk to him. He will open the door. They refuse. They broke my son's door. They shot him 10 times. 8 times go on my son body. The last time it was a close range. I've been fighting for justice since 2012. I thank everyone who supported me. I thank my family and friends. I thank the good activists. I thank the good journalists, media who helping. I thank the justice community who do lot of things for Mohammed Ba. We'll never get justice yet. But this is not the end. It's just starting. I'm calling everyone, men and women, gay and lesbian, green and white, everyone, people in wheelchair, to stand up with me on September 25th. We want to have a national campaign for my son's death and for the other people. As you see, no accountable for any NYPD who murder individual here. We cannot stop like this. If we stop like this, they will continue. We need to fight for the truth. We need to raise up for the right. They still believe they have slaves here. My heart is broken. My heart is broken every single day. If I see like Nicholas fighting for how many years? Juanita Young fighting for how many years? Like Amadou Diallo, 41 gone, never have accountability. They are not guilty. My son Mohammed have never committed a crime. In his own home, they violate all protocol. We never have a accountability up to now. The only hope we were having from the federal court. They just called me and said they never have enough evidence to indict them. When they can have enough? When we fight for the truth, when we make sure we never forget for our loved one, when we make sure when we cry, they will not sleep. That's the time we can have justice. I thank everyone who give their young men support today. I thank everyone who think what we're doing is the right one, and the power is the people. We have the power. We will never give up without justice. Thank you for everyone.
I also want to acknowledge another family member that, you know, she don't usually speak out, but her name is Angie Hicks. Police murdered her niece that was only 23 years old 5 years ago. I want to acknowledge her, and I want to thank her for being out here and supporting us. I want to call all the families to come forward, even if you don't want to speak, at least to come forward and be out here, please. It really means a lot. Next we're gonna have Victoria, who an off-duty police officer killed the brother last year of July 4th. Please give it up for Victoria.
I'm so shy, but I'm joking.
She's not shy.
Joshua, I am. So my name, I'll make this brief, my introduction. My name is Victoria Davis. I'm the sister of Daron Small. He was killed in Brooklyn on July 4th, 2016 by Officer Wayne Isaacs. While the officer was still sitting in the car, he shot him 3 times while he was probably about that far away and like where I am. We're in court now because I guess it's kind of new. I'm new to all of this stuff. So I came to support Joshua and his family. Joshua, he's brave. And I texted Joshua one time and I told him, I hope one day I can just be as brave as you, because I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he continuously stands up for everything and every type of injustice, and hopefully he'll teach me that. He's become my brother. I've watched plenty of cases, and each time I've felt for the families. I did not know that one day, a year ago, that we would become one of those families, quote unquote, one of the families. And I don't know how to deal with it. I don't deal with it well, because Delron was everything to us. He was everything to me. The other thing that I just wanted to say is that, like, sometimes I know that we're used to parents speaking for their children. A lot of families come from non-traditional families like our own. We didn't have parents, so me and my brother Victor are Delron's voice. Then there's Josh, who speaks because he has the voice. So sometimes other family members don't have the voice. So it's important that we support the family members as we try to find our voice. So like Auntie or Ange, and just non-traditional family members that we're so used to standing up and fighting for justice. Because as a sister, it's hard. It's extremely hard, because Delron, he just meant everything to us. He was like my father and my brother at the same time. And it was just three of us. So, I don't know. I just ask that everyone just understand that we shouldn't have to beg for justice. It's a basic human right. We all have the right to live. I don't believe that any of us have the right to say when someone's date has been called. I believe that comes from a higher power. I'm not sure who everyone believes in, but a creator, a higher power, but definitely not from another human being. We don't have the right to make that decision. And as we can see, we're here because in John Collado's case, the officer was John Connolly? James Connolly, I'm sorry, decided that he can make that decision. And that decision is not for us to be made. So we're not begging for justice. We're not asking for justice. We are demanding justice. We're demanding to be treated like human beings. We're demanding to be served and protected. The officers are hired to give us service, like customer service, and to protect, not racially profile and kill. And it's just disheartening to continuously hear of all of these situations, but we have to take steps towards educating people, because sometimes people don't understand and they think that we should just get over it and we should just move on. But we're fighting for justice and we're fighting for answers, and we shouldn't have to. Our loved ones should be here. It's a basic human right to live. And I don't know, that's all I'd say.
Thank you, Victoria. Before I call up the next family member to speak, I just wanna let everybody know that who doesn't know that James Connolly, who murdered my uncle, he also murdered an 18-year-old young man 2 years before my uncle. And James Connolly been getting promotions, been getting award, and he's still working on the force. And this is the type of police that this system recognizes. So next, I wanna have Auntie, also known as Hortensia Peterson, the aunt of Akai Gurley.
government name like that. Hi, everyone. My name is Hortensia Peterson. I'm the aunt of Akai Gurley, as many of you know. It's always hard to stand up with other family members because it's like our family has gotten so big, so large, nationwide. And I'm standing here today with Joshua because Joshua, I don't know, he's like a little annoying brother that's always on the go. Think of the Energizer Bunny, always on the go. And I commend him for being diligent and always on the go to speak up, he's brave. He gets up in these officers' face. And, you know, it's hard that we have to come out year after year, day after day, every day of every month. It's another family member that we're having remembrance for. And it's hard when you find out when people that has been in the struggle way before you and have not gotten any justice. All the family wants is police officers to be held accountable. Because you have to ask yourself, what if it was one of their loved ones? When they want what we want, justice, when they want what we want for the officers to be held accountable and be reprimanded, that means he's fired from the force. Not every time you kill a black or brown or Latino person, you get a raise, you get a promotion. Look at Staten Island. And you know, as I'm here standing up, I'm watching people coming and going in these buildings. I'm watching people around here. It's like, it doesn't affect them because it's not their loved ones. But one day, and I hope that one day is not in my lifetime or any one of our lifetime, they're gonna be on the receiving end. Then they're gonna be where we are. Because if this is a community, this community should be out here in support for this family. But they're not. And you have to ask yourself, we have become so disengaged with each other, not knowing our neighbors, not caring for our neighbors. I don't care if we live in the same building and someone get murdered in front of my building. I'm gonna make it my business to find out who, what, when, where, and why. But people are coming and going as if, oh, it's all nonchalant. It's not my problem. When Akai was murdered, it became not only my problem, but the community's problem. It became a major problem. Just like when John Collado was killed, it was a major problem. With every murders that happen, it should always be a major problem when these officers are not being held accountable. It should always be a problem. The neighborhood, the community should always be enraged because you never know when it's your loved ones. And we are so desensitized of feeling and caring that we just walk around in our own bubble. You know, when my nephew was murdered, he wasn't doing anything but walking down a flight of steps. Since when is it a crime to walk down a flight of steps? Minding your own business. And the officer that murdered, you know, I don't care what these officers, what these mayors, or what anyone else called it. When you kill someone for no apparent reason, it's murder. It's cold-blooded murder. Point blank. It's no sugarcoating anything. You have to call a spade a spade. If you take an innocent life, it's murder. If you don't serve time, it's murder. If you're not being held accountable, it's murder. I don't care what the laws say. That's the law. That's man's law. That ain't God's law. God's law say it's murder. An eye for an eye. Now, if we have to be taking it back real and be real about it,
You kill mine, I'm coming for yours. That's how it was. But with these laws, it's like these officers are protected. So you have to ask yourself, who are they serving and who are they protecting? They're collecting a paycheck, they're coming into our neighborhood, they're dehumanizing our husbands, our sons, our wives, our mothers, they're dehumanizing us. And then they go back to their little old privy life. But then, how do they sleep at night? How do you sleep at night when you took an innocent life? Here it is, this officer, in 5 years on the job, 2 dead bodies, no accountability. That sends a message to the chief from the higher ups down. Something is wrong. If you're having all these dead bodies, and no matter what precinct it is, it's a problem with the system, and they don't want to look at it because it hasn't touched their front door. When my nephew got murdered, I was forced into being an activist. When my nephew got murdered, it tore my family apart. It tore his mother apart, and he left a 2-year-old child that will never have a father-daughter dance, talk, nothing. But it's okay. According to these cops, it is okay. No, it's not okay. And to this community, no, it's not okay. It's not okay when these cops can come in and murder, harass, and not be held accountable. So Joshua, today I stand here with you, thanking you for always standing with Akai's family, Nicola's family, with everyone, because when you look around, Joshua's taking a bus all the way to Atlanta, 16, 17 hours. Well, Joshua, how you doing? I gotta go. And then when you come back home, you're being harassed. You're being harassed by cops. So kudos to you, and to, the fight. As long as I have breath in me, I will continue to stand with you in solidarity, because your pain is not only your pain, it's my pain. It's all of us. We're in this fight together. Because when you hurt one of mine, and you hurt someone else, it's just like telling me my life isn't important. My life don't matter. But maybe our loved one lives didn't matter to these police officers, but their life mattered to us. So what do we want?
Justice.
When we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it?
Shut it down.
If we don't get it?
Shut it down.
If we don't get it?
Shut it down.
We'll forever be in the streets.
What Hortensia, aka Auntie, was saying, that about these laws. You know what? Just remember that segregation was law before. Just remember that drinking from a white water fountain was against the law. So you know what? We got to continue to fight these unlawful laws. We got to stand against these bad laws. And another thing, it's just, people ask me how do I do it and stuff, but with the support that I get from other family members, activists, organizations, freedom fighters, that's what gives me strength to never give up. You guys haven't gave up on me, and I promise you I won't give up on you. As long as I'm alive, I will fight for every human being out there. No matter if you're black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever religion, Muslim, Catholic, Christian, I will fight for you as long as you're a human being and there was injustice committed. Because the injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Also, I would like to acknowledge Kathy from Long Island, aka Sister Bird. Not too long ago, police also murdered her nephew. So I also want to acknowledge her, and she's been a fighter out there as well. And like I mentioned, other organizations out there, The Justice Committee's been out there with us fighting for family members. I thank them so much from the bottom of my heart.
But I just want to take this platform to really thank you guys for being there when sometimes I feel like giving up, and you having that encouragement and listening to other family members. Sometimes it's just getting outside yourself and doing for others. So with that, my Cuban, thank you. It's going on 3 years, and I want everyone to save the date for November 18th. November 18th. Just save that date on your calendar. And I just want to thank everyone. Justice Committee, Lusan, Rico, where my Rico at? Right behind me.
Lots and lots of other organizations.
And Jane, oh yeah, let me tell you guys something. We had an excellent retreat a couple weeks ago. You saw that? Yes, when I tell you an excellent retreat, and thank Justice Committee for that retreat, and thank the sponsor because it was well needed. We had full body massages, guys, and acupuncture. and another, my sister over here that's taking pictures. You see that lady right there, Donna? I have to don't look, I'm talking to you, yes you. I thank you for holding my mouth when I wanted to go off.
I love you, sissy.
And she loves me. Okay, Rico.
There's not really much to be said at this point. Thank you guys for the introduction. Again, I'm Rico Guzman with the Justice Committee, an organization built on ending systemic racism and police violence within New York City. We pride ourselves on organizing with, not for, but with families. One of the reasons why we're out here is constantly demanding justice. Like was mentioned before, we're not asking for it. We're not like blatantly saying, okay, we think we should get it. No, we want it, and we want it now. And we're gonna keep gathering just like this, because it's so important that the families come together and that the community represent ourselves in solidarity and how we represent our family, because we are extended family within this struggle. We are extended family within our own traditions and cultures, and I think it's really important to emphasize that. Yes. I don't want to be too long with it, so I don't want to move forward on the program. But thank you guys so much, and support every family when possible.
Thank you, Rico.
Thank you, Rico.
And when possible, also not to mention too, thank you so much. Next week, Wednesday, we're doing Pack the Court for Delron Small, so it's so important. If I don't have your email address, I will get it so that we can send you the information. Next week, Wednesday, 9 a.m., Pack the Court for Delron Smalls.
Where is it?
Supreme Court in Brooklyn, 320 J Street, 9 a.m. It's important that the officers see that we all are standing together and we're not just taking it. Because they come to court and they're like trying to intimidate, they're staring at us, they're looking at us. At one point during like an intermission, they put the officer who killed my brother like in the hallway, and we had to walk past him as he stared at us. And there was a part of me that wanted to say, what the fuck are you looking at? And he's like, I don't know why he would do that, because we lost so much. And yeah, so thank you. If you all can make it, that would be great. And if you can't, please just send out positive vibes and positive energy and demand justice along with us. Thank you.
Next, we're gonna have my uncle's wife, Amarilis Collado, to tell you all about story. Jane.
Buenas noches a todos.
Good evening, everyone.
Gracias por estar aquí
Thank you for all being here
y apoyarnos en una situación de vida tan difícil
and supporting us during a tragic time.
En primer lugar, quiero expresarle mi admiración porque es muy difícil convertir el dolor en coraje para demandar justicia. Ustedes demuestran que son admirables porque si estamos hoy como estamos, de que las leyes no son para todos, no operan en igualdad, es por la gran indiferencia que hay de la mayoría de la gente. Y es muy lamentable. Por mi experiencia lo puedo expresar. Es difícil cuando tú te ves en una situación como la que nosotros vivimos, un dolor intenso, inmenso, y al mismo tiempo sentirte desamparado de justicia y sentirte desamparado de que en realidad las leyes son para todos. Como uno creía, cuando uno es inmigrante, yo soy dominicana, lo que se vende es que este es un país de leyes. Y es una gran decepción cuando tú te ves envuelto en una situación que tú ves que no es así. Tú sientes la indiferencia de que las leyes en realidad te dan la espalda, de que no te tienden la mano si no es para agredirte en un momento tan difícil. Y esa fue en realidad mi experiencia cuando yo salí, que yo no entendía lo que estaba pasando. Mi esposo en el piso, no me dejaban verlo, no me dejaban acercarme. Fue como un secuestro de su persona y de su cuerpo después de un disparo por un policía que no creo que haya estado cumpliendo en realidad con su deber. Y es muy difícil cuando tú quieres apoyo y quienes tú consideras que realmente te lo deben dar, te dan la espalda, te agreden. Agredieron a mi esposo aún estando herido. Lo llevaron, no nos permitieron volver a verlo. Volví a ver a mi esposo a través de unas fotografías ya fallecido y después en la funeraria. Algo que yo no le deseo a nadie. Un dolor que él mismo decía que uno aprendía a vivir con el dolor. Yo tuve que aprender con un niño de 3 años llorando hasta las 2, 3 de la mañana. Muy difícil. Y 6 años y todavía sí me duele. Me duele porque una persona que no merecía lo que pasó y aún después de 6 años todavía no han respondido lo que se vieron involucrados en la situación. Todavía siguen siendo apoyados por no sé quién se dedica a apoyar cosas indebidas así. Solo me resta esperar en Dios. La justicia divina para mí es lo que ya espero, porque yo no creo en la justicia de las leyes, por lo menos la de aquí no. A ustedes muchas gracias por haber venido, gracias por apoyarnos, mi admiración, y a Joshua no tengo palabras para agradecerte que estés dando la cara en nombre de la familia Collado. Mil gracias.
Before we close it out, I wanted Luke from the Peace Poets to come up and sing this beautiful song that he had for the people. Luke.
Peace family. I'm gonna ask us to get a little bit closer. If y'all could take a step forward, we can maybe leave the spot on the sidewalk behind us actually, so we're actually maybe almost shoulder to shoulder. Thank you. Right now we're gonna sing together, and I know that we can feel we feel that we're mourning because we are, you know. Que en ese momento estamos de luto todavía, pero estamos juntos en eso. Estamos juntos como familia. So we're together in family, and we're together in mourning, and we're also together in our rage and in our love. And so we're gonna feel our rage and our love in this song. The words are really simple, and I'm gonna sing it through one time. A lot of you know it, you can sing it with me. And if not, you'll get it on the second time through. Let's sing it like we really can feel the spirit of our loved ones. Let's welcome their spirits here with us. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us still. We remember all the people. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us still. Feel your people with you. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us still. Sing a little bit louder. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us still. Sing it from your heart. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us still. Sing it for the children. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us. Let's sing it for John Collado right now. We remember all the people these police killed, and we can feel their spirit. They're with us still. Let's sing it two more times real loud. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us still. Last time, real loud, let's go. We remember all the people these police killed. We can feel their spirit. They're with us still. Make some noise for yourselves and sing it out. Thank you. It is no small thing to sing together. Right? We just heard those words, all of those testimonies about loss, about pain. There's a lot of ways we can deal with that loss and that pain. But what you see here is struggle. What you see here is fighting back. And part of our fight, and I don't want us to lose sight of that, is a deep, deep love. And that is what's bringing tears to our eyes. And that's also what's bringing us back to the streets again and again, right? And I know a lot of us look at each other, we've seen each other in the streets so many times, and we need to be strengthened by each other when we show up here. And thank y'all again for the families, for each one of y'all expressing your testimonies, because you strengthen me, you strengthen each other, you strengthen each one of us who continues to come back. So because I want to sing a short song in Spanish, and I also want to say John's name. And I think that's an important thing to do tonight as we're gathered. So it's a real simple song. Even if you don't speak Spanish, you're going to get it. All we're saying is John Collado present, is present with us. and we want justice for my people. So it just goes like this. John Collado, presente, justicia pa mi gente. Try that. John Collado, presente, justicia pa mi gente. 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 Give it up for Joshua one time, y'all. I need you to cry, and I need you to mourn, and then I need you to think, forget this, I was born to be free, like a rainstorm, free like the eyes of a lover in love, free like a drum beat picking you up, free like little kids when they dance with bliss, free like your lips when you lost in a kiss, free like your dreams when you're deep in your sleep. If you feel that, then you know what I mean. Free like go ahead, take these words. Free like a big woman feeling her curves. Free like a trans femme feeling their words. Free like a long day getting out of work. That's right, y'all. We were born to be free. Free like a grandma's hug. Free like that air in your lungs. Like a first grade class who could really care less if they fail or pass. Free like that, and free like this. Free like your eyes closed, making this wish to be free like spirit, like no more chains. Free like freedom, not playing no games. Free like all of us feeling no shame. Free like we like speaking love fluent when everybody like, nah, he ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it, then you do it. I mean free like that, hell yeah. I mean free like that. Free like all of us seeing no borders. Free like officials who resist these orders of hate. Cause I can hear Dr. King saying freedom can't wait. Freedom can't wait. Freedom can't wait. And ain't no real freedom ever gonna be attained by a policy that leaves our people detained. And you can't have freedom on one side of a wall. So when a government of hate try to make our freedom seem small, we retake the streets and remind the world the only freedom we seek is freedom for us all. Translation, no ban, no wall. We want freedom for us all. Yes. Thank y'all so much.
This for you, John.